Alright guys, so this is the next stage to doing the heads. I have already done the combustion chamber shaping and brought that to my template design. So after doing the shaping, I bring the heads back in and I recut the angles again just to make sure it's transitioned correctly into the seat, into the bowl. As you can see, it has. So the next thing will be just to come back in, clean these back up with a very light cleaning. All of the massive work has been done, and then after that, this is going to be off to the machine shop. Right now it just has a pilot in it, but this is a look at the head. I will show you look at the valve seat. Hold on, let me grab my seats and guides. As you can see here, I have all my seats and guides. So what's in here now is the stock size seats and stock guides. So we have the replacement guides here, we have the replacement seats here. This one is getting a 43 millimeter intake seat, which the inside diameter of that is larger or the same size as the outside diameter of the seat now. So the inside diameter would be all the way out there. So once this seat comes out, this big huge hunk of material under the seat will all have to be removed. Now when you do that, you cause this area of the cylinder head to become very thin, right down in here, because if you look at these cylinder heads and the placement of the seats, that seat is sitting right down here, and if you open that up to say all the way out here, there is going to be a very thin, right on that bottom edge area, and right in here is going to be very thin. So when you go over a size 40 seat, you're going to have to get all of this welded, and you have to weld this entire bowl out here, because when you're doing the porting to enlarge the port enough so you can get the correct port saturation for that size seat, this area will become very thin, if not have to be completely removed to suit the demand for that size seat. So just something to be known, when going in a very large seat, you will have to do exterior welding on the cylinder head. So other things, I'll show you some of the, so this is the intake seat that's going to be used, and this is going to be the exhaust seat here. It's got another seat stuck inside of it. Try to get that out. So that's the intake, and that's going to be the exhaust. You could see they're both pretty big seats. Obviously the intake's a little bit bigger than the exhaust, but that's the intake and this is the exhaust. These seats will be overlapping like that. So when you do some of these radical modifications, so I mean, here's a typical exhaust size seat. Oops, that's not it. So that's your typical size exhaust seat here. Okay, so that's a 31 millimeter seat, 32 millimeter actually, and you could just see in relation to some of these bigger seats just how small this seat really is. I mean, this can fit. So the outside diameter of the intake seat is now going to fit inside the inside diameter of the new seat, and the outside diameter of the exhaust seat is also going to fit inside the inside diameter of the new exhaust seat. So this is a very substantial upgrade in size. So along with anytime someone purchases a cylinder head for me, I ask a lot of questions. The combustion chamber shape is going to be the same no matter what, because my research has proven that this design is the best. This is my design. You see a cylinder head like this, it's a Paul's Cart cylinder head. So this chamber design cannot be beaten. Research back to prove it. That being said, when you buy one of my cylinder heads, we'll go through the entire build, you know, cam selections, valve size selection, you know, carb selection, and then, you know, when I know, you know, basically what RPM range your cart or mini bike's going to be living in, you know, is it going to be a circle track cart where it's just wide open, bump it on the corners and get back into it, or similar to a drag mini bike where it's just wide open, or is it going to be something like a road track cart, slowing down, stopping, starting, you know, coming down below, you know, 5,000 RPMs and then accelerating back up. That would be more like a street. And then, you know, so each build would have its own, you know, set of parameters that you would build the build around. You know, duration, you know, lift, valve size, that in relation to carb size, port saturation, port cross-sectional area, all these equations I will then do out for you and give you the best head possible. Now, that said, another thing that comes along with this, anyone could just take parts and bolt them on. You know, anyone could get one of my heads and bolt it on. There's a next level to my heads and to my company that I do. When you get one of my cylinder heads, I'll help you tune it. I'll tell you, I'll do the equations for you to tell you intake length. I will have already had intake diameter done, exhaust length, exhaust width. More than likely, I will have you order a chamber, expansion chamber. These, I can help you tune the engine, where in fact we place these in your exhaust, you know, the length of the exhaust, that's what creates that fifth cycle event. The length that we position these at allows that supercharging of the intake. So it's more than just the cylinder head you're purchasing. You're purchasing, you know, knowledge. And that's just hopefully something I can get across here. This is more than just a pretty face. This has purpose, and it comes backed by a professional. So till next time, this is Paul from Paul's Carts. Like the other video stated, month of January, I have heads on eBay that are half off. Check them out. Listed as a Predator 420 modified cylinder head. If you can't find them, you know how to get in contact with me. Month of January, all heads half off. On the eBay ad, my price list is on there. The half off is for a fully modified cylinder head. So if it's just something like a valve job you want, or just a simple port job or something like that, those are still at full cost. But the full cylinder heads are half off. Check those out on eBay. And until next time, like and subscribe. I'm Paul. This is Paul's Carts, and have a nice day.